Good morning and welcome to the St. Louis Area Food Bank. My name is LaCasey Milton, Food Donations Coordinator, and I'm going to give you a tour today. What you're standing in now is our agency warehouse area. This is where all of our agencies come every morning and to either pick up their food or shop for food. Let's take a look. Good morning, Ms. Janice. Good morning, Ms. Janice. How are you? And that's one of our agencies, the Salvation Army. It's an awesome agency. What we have here is corn that is donated to us, and every morning there's something that's put on the floor where our agencies are able to shop and to decide whether they would like that product or not. She's a warehouse supervisor. Basically what happens is that every day they come here and then our agencies pick them up and then distributes it out here to our local agencies. Correct. This goes straight out to our agency. As you see before, they have all their boxed items, they put them in their vehicles, they go back to the facility, restructure it, redistribute it.
Ready?
Right now we're picking up for our regular food pantry recipients that come every Wednesday.
It's really heartwarming to talk to them and just hear their stories about hunger and how they're able to help us conquer it. So it really wasn't, if it wasn't for our agencies, a lot of people wouldn't be fed.
My name is Eileen Wynn, and I am with My Redeemer Lives Ministry. We have, among other social service type situations that we assist with, right now we're being challenged to help feed the hungry in our neighborhoods. There are a number of pantries, yes, but we don't have enough food sometimes. The challenge is, for us, is to get the food out to the people who are actually hungry. People who have recently lost jobs, seniors who have a problem buying medicine, paying co-payments, and they don't have enough money to make their food last the month, and then of course their families with children.
We service soup kitchens, food pantries, homeless shelters, emergency feeding programs, children programs, and various other programs as well. So as you can see, our reach is pretty far.
Yeah, it is.
Our warehouse is 94,000 square feet. If you include our freezer and cooler, it's 100,000 square feet, and that is including all of our office area as well. Let's go ahead and take a look. Anthony is taking out one of the orders for the agency now. As you can see, we have tons and tons and tons of donations of food. We have donations from Kraft, Nabisco, Nestle, and various other large vendors as well as donations from Food Drive as well. In each different box is a complete different set of food until it is repackaged, which we'll resume here soon. Like this is a box of Brown's Best Great Northern Beans. The whole thing is full with beans, and our agencies will go online and they'll order it by the caseload. We don't break down case, but they do come on pallets, so if they can pick and choose what they want to create a pallet of food. or more than one. In this area here, it looks a little slow right now because they're actually transferred all the food drive in there to be repackaged. But this is our food drive. This is what will come in on a daily basis. We'll dump them into these Gaylords here. Then the Gaylords will be transferred over to our volunteer center where our volunteers will repackage, resort, and help redistribute all of our food. We have over 8,000 volunteers that come in over annually, and churches, schools, any type of organization can contact us. This is the back portion of our warehouse. This is where our drivers come daily, every morning and every evening, to either pick up or deliver the food that they receive for the day. 100% of our food is housed here. As you can see, it's all in a particular order. Hello, Chris. This is Jason Hughes from Francis Howe Middle School.
How you doing,
Chris is our receiving coordinator. And Chris, could you tell me a little bit about when the food comes here and where it's stored and how it's stored?
Well, we receive trucks anywhere from 4 to 5 on a normal basis, on a daily basis. And I have to put it in the system, and then the system actually tells me where to put it at in specific bins and stuff like that. That's pretty much the rundown on how it works.
Chris, could you help me for one more second? I don't know how to work the cold area. Last time I got stuck in there.
This one opens up on magic. It means like magic.
Open sesame. See how that works? Chris, can you explain a little bit to him about what this area is?
This is the cold dock side. This is where we store all of our produce and freezer product and stuff. This is the cold dock. We also have the freezer, which is over here behind this blue door. This is the freezer area, and also this motion thing. It is 20 below in there, so it's not a good place to be for a long period of time.
Especially with no sleeves.
And then down at the other end, there's also another door, and that's where the cold storage for stuff is. So any produce and stuff like that will go in there. Overflow or staging area goes in this area here.
That is our warehouse, and come on, we'll go ahead and move over to the volunteer area. We have approximately 40 employees that work here at the St. Louis Area Food Bank. From what I hear, we used to be a very small staff. Now we're at our largest point. This is Mike. This is one of our volunteer coordinators.
Well, this fine place is the volunteer center. We got about 10,000 volunteers that come through here annually. That's about 30,000 hours of help. So without all the volunteers coming in and helping us do all that, we wouldn't be able to get all the work done.
As you can see, lined up here is a lot of our food drive. I don't know if you had the opportunity to see it back there, but it's lined up here. This is food drive collected over the past week that we're now about to repackage up. Where we're heading into now is our administration office. This is where a lot of our executive director is housed, our associate director, and some others. Let's go ahead and take a look.
My name is Sharia Rogers, and I am the development coordinator for development department. And my duty is to basically get the donations in and processed into the system, so we can have a list of all the donors that donate to us. We have over 5,000 donors in our database, and that's steady growing every year.
And I'm a development coordinator as well, but I do mostly events and grant stuff. I help out with just bringing the funds in, getting awareness out, meeting people.
Every little bit helps. I try to tell people that it's not the huge 6-digit donor, it's all of the smaller gifts that add up to help the food bank.
Basically, a meal equates to about 1.225 pounds. So a little more than a can. We usually like to guide it by about that. A little more than a can is a meal.
We run this very similar to a business. We are not for profit, that's certainly true, and so we run it hopefully with a heart, and we try always in everything that we do to enhance the mission. And our mission, of course, is feeding people and providing food so that our organizations can feed people. We have very measurable criteria that we track every week and every month, both on our the poundage that we distribute, is it being distributed fairly. We have 26 counties. We want to make sure that each of those counties it's getting its fair share balance. We also really rely on the community. We have about 10,000 volunteers that come down here and work in this facility alone. I see you've been walking around with Casey. We probably have almost as many volunteers on the outside working on food drives with us. We do more than 150 food drives every year. We don't even count those volunteers. So without the volunteers, we would not be able to achieve the mission and and entertain the success so far that we've been able to. We belong to a national organization called Feeding America. There are 204 food banks, many that look similar to this one all across the country. And so if you go to Cincinnati or Baltimore or San Diego or Memphis or Nashville, you're going to find a food bank in some way that's similar to this, and we all meet the same criteria. They were down just earlier this week conducting a monitoring of us, and so they look at our inventory and at our financial record keeping and our development and everything else. Certainly they look at our programs, and in the exit interview, one of the things that he had mentioned was our food drive program. He said that in his estimation, we probably have the best food drive program in the entire country. Food drives would be our, quote, special events. It would allow us to go out into the community to engage people and organizations that maybe didn't have funds that they could contribute to us, but wanted to get involved in the fight against hunger. And so we've been working on our food drive program for the last 15 years, and now it's up to more than 150 organizations that do food drives. So we're certainly very glad that you guys are involved with us in doing food drives. And I'm sure you've heard it from others around here, but most of the product that we distribute goes to the working poor, particularly today. Unemployment is up above 10% nationally. It's a little bit. It's in between 10 and 10.5% here locally in our community. That's a lot of people that are out of work right now. And so most of the food that we distribute out to our organizations is going to many people that were working 24 months ago or 12 months ago. And so we couldn't do that without you guys. And the food that we get from food drives is so important to us because most of the food that we get comes from the food industry. It's their mistakes, their overproductions. Oftentimes it falls into snack categories and beverages. In food drives, though, we get canned soups and canned meats and chilies and stews and items that'll make a nutritious meal. So that's one of our most nutritious items, our nutritious sources of good product coming in. So it's vitally important to us.
And that is the St. Louis Area Food Bank in its entirety.
All right, so Casey, we put together almost 7,000 pounds. Mm-hmm. What's a good goal for us for next year?
Well, considering this was you all's first official food drive ever, the Francis Howe Middle School, I would challenge you all next year to do a goal of 10,000 pounds. 10,000 pounds. I believe you all can do it. So give.